Going fishing is not exactly what it used to be for me. The reality is, these days, filming and creating comes first. I typically spend hours and hours coming up with some sort of theme or elaborate game plan before hitting the water. But today is not one of those days. Today is about as spontaneous as it gets for me now. With a last-minute invite from one of my closest friends, I had no time for expectations or agendas. My only intention was to enjoy the day, and it inevitably culminated into a day I won't forget. Good morning, everyone. It is cold out here for a Florida boy, but it is absolutely gorgeous out. We are actually on the west coast of Florida today in an area known as Chuckaluski in the 10,000 Islands. I'm being joined today by my good buddy Dennis, who's behind the camera. We're on his Gnu LT25. And yeah, man, we're gonna have ourselves a day. We don't have much of an agenda today. We have a bunch of lightweight setups with us, a bunch of artificial lures, and of course the camera gear to bring you all along. So let's get rigged up and get to fishing. Alrighty, we just got rigged up. The sun's coming up a little bit and it's warming us up, which is nice, but check it out. That's what I'm gonna start off throwing. That is a little baby swim bait. I think it's made by DOA, it's a DOA Cal. We came up to a shoreline here that's got kind of a sandy beach. It's got some oyster, got some mangrove shoreline. Perfect little area to find some fish. We've already seen a couple little busts and it looks like they're eating small bait fish. So that's why I'm throwing this to start off with rather than a shrimp or something like that. So let's see if we can get on some fish. I'm super excited to be out here. So the name of the game in an area like this where we don't spend too much time, Dennis gets out here more than I do, but we're basically gonna start off doing some search casting. So this little swim bait is gonna allow me to make pretty far casts with some light braid and work it back at a relatively slow to medium pace and cover a lot of ground until we can kind of dial in a pattern, see what the fish are up to today. This is a good way if you're in an area that you don't spend a lot of time in to cover as much ground as possible. We're making our way to a point, but there's an island right here, if you can call it that. It's basically just kind of a sandbar, and there are a bunch of white pelicans sitting on it. It's really cool to see. I used to come out here to Chuckaluski and Flamingo, which are like the two prominent areas that are associated with the 10,000 Islands. I used to come out here all the time with my dad when I was a kid and a teenager. And we never caught too many fish, to be completely honest with you guys, but one of the best things was just immersing yourself in the nature and the scenery and the wildlife. It's just so beautiful, man. I don't know how it is now, but back in the day, like, you didn't even have cell phone reception out here. It was a great way to kind of just get lost in nature and get connected with everything and be really present with yourself out on the water. So I just really love this place. Even when the fishing's not great, it's just always a blessing to be out here. I know, dude. You could go the whole day without seeing another human being out here. Where else can you really do that? You really need a national park to get that kind of an experience. We spent some time in the beginning of the day near the outer Gulf Islands, but with the wind really howling, it had the water looking like chocolate milk. So we decided to make a move and explore in the backcountry instead, in hopes of finding some warmer and cleaner water.
You gotta believe, dude.
Yeah? There we go. Snooky.
Is this a snook?
Yeah, I think so. Wow.
What?
Nicely done, Denise.
First day of the cold front and we catch a snook. We just puffed another bunch of fish here. We look out for these puffs down on the bottom because those fish are kind of laid up. And when you spook them, they kind of leave a little cloud of dust. That's how you know you're in a good area. All right, well, I fished like 2 weeks ago in this area and I could not catch a snook to save my life. All we caught were trouts and reds. So it's not a huge snook, but something.
First fish of the day, buddy.
Had to happen eventually.
Dennis just caught a little munchkin snook and then he lost a fish right afterward. Let's see, we're spot locked right here. We're on the upcurrent side of this oyster bar. Been fishing for quite a while today and the action's been pretty slow thus far, but let's see, maybe we can turn our luck around here. Yeah? Nice! That's a good fish. Good one?
Yep.
Nice, Dennis. Dennis has the hot hand.
Red.
Is it?
It's a red.
Oh, nice.
Super blue tail. He's not huge.
Yeah, but he's good.
A spotless, blue-tailed redfish.
Might be a croaker. Show off that pretty blue tail. There we go.
All right, well, just caught a snook in this area right here to our left. And the boat went right through that area, but we saw a lot of puffs of sediment from fish getting spooked. So, cast it right back in there, missed the fish, and then got another snook. So, got a redfish.
That's a funny looking snook. Cute little fish, man.
Cue cinematic release.
Yeah, get her back in the drink.
You.
There we go, fish. Well, I am tight on a fish. Finally, we've found a decent little area here. Just been spot locked with the trolling motor. Oh, I think it's another little snook. It is. Maybe, yeah, maybe it's slightly bigger than the one Dennis caught 5 minutes ago. Almost took a little drag. Oh, we weren't expecting too many snook today just because of the air temperature, but the water temperature isn't too bad. It's really just the first cold front. I'm gonna swing them back towards you. It's the first cold front of the year down here in South Florida. Cool, let's show this little guy off. Little munchkin. You guys know I typically fish for big snook, but this is a nice change of pace. All right, there we go. Little baby snook, maybe all of 15, 16 inches. You know what's so special about the 10,000 Islands and Chokoloskee and Flamingo is it's one of those places where any given cast, you just never know what you're gonna catch. You could catch snook, trout, redfish, tarpon, grouper, triple tail. There's just such an array of species down here. And that's why I love coming down here whenever I get the opportunity, and I hope I can continue to come down here for as long as I live. But let's let this little snook go so she can grow up and somebody else can catch her when she's much bigger. There we go. Go, buddy. Sweet, let's keep casting. We're on some fish. It's cool that you can catch a red and a snook like right next to each other.
Put a lure in just the wrong spot.
There we go, fish. Wow, they're pretty stacked. Yeah, and it's not a bad one, man.
You want the net?
Nah, I think I'll be all right. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, get in there, bro. Let's get a double. Another little snooklet. Gotta love these fish, man. Acrobatic, hard fighting. When they get to be the right size, great eating. Just such a Florida staple. I know these aren't giant fish, but regardless, it's still awesome to be out here with one of my good friends pulling on some fish.
And you know what the real fun part about this whole thing?
Spit the hook right
there.
there.
It goes.
Yeah, perfect.
Is we're using super light tackle rods.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And there is a chance of hooking into a 30+ snook on light tackle.
Honestly, that's what keeps it so exciting. Is just like it's that thrill of you just never know what's gonna eat out here. There was times when I was younger when I'm just pitching a little tiny jerkbait or something, 100-pound tarpon. And it's one of the beauties of this place. When you're here in an area like this, Dennis and I have talked about it all morning. This place is obviously gorgeous. One of the problems about it is everything looks like it holds fish. Every island, every bar, every shoreline looks like it holds fish. So one of the things you really want to try to do when you come out here is develop a pattern. When you can find the pattern for the day, you can continue to repeat it throughout the day and hopefully have similar success. So what Dennis was just saying is all the water's flushing this way. It's running into this oyster bar right here, and that's where those fish were stacked up. We picked off a couple nice fish there, and now what we're gonna do is just move to the next oyster bar and fish it the exact same way. It could be on the downside of this one though. Looks like there's water on the downside. That was a good bite right there, dude. That was a very good bite. Just missed a nice fish. Second oyster bar we've tried since that first one that was holding fish. There we go. Trout, I think. It's acting like a trout. Nice. Oh, we just slammed. Alrighty. Got us yet another species doing the oyster bar thing. This is a speckled sea trout. It's actually not a trout at all. It's in the drum family. These are very delicate fish, so typically you want to wet your hands before handling them. I'm going to quickly show him off just because it's a new species. And it actually creates something called a slam for us today. A boat slam. So my hands are nice and wet, so this fish is okay. Beautiful little fish, speckled sea trout. I'm just gonna quickly get the hook. He engulfed this lure. It's completely gone in his mouth. I'm gonna quickly get the hook out and get this guy back. But another cool fish you can catch down here in the backcountry. Beautiful. All right, let's let this beautiful little fish go. It's got like purples and greens, yellows. Super, super pretty. Oh, there he goes. All right, sweet. Let's stay after it, dude. I didn't really go into depth there because I wanted to get that fish back, but what a slam is it's typically 3 species, and depending on what region you're in, the species or the slam is made up of different species. So the 3 out here, well, one of the 3 that could be considered a slam are snook, redfish, trout, and Dennis we each caught a snook, he caught a red, and I caught a trout, so we have technically a boat slam, even though they're all really small fish. But it's a start. Maybe we can upgrade the slam and then personally slam both of us. That'd be pretty sweet. I haven't caught a slam in a good minute, so.
Tell them what a grand slam is.
So a grand slam, yeah, Dennis just said, good point. A grand slam is a 4th species. And like I said, just depends on the region you're in, but here in the 10,000 Islands, on the west coast of Florida, a grand slam is gonna be a tarpon added. So you'll have snook, red, trout, and then grand slam tarpon. Down in the Keys, it's tarpon, bonefish permit. That's probably one of the most prestigious inshore slams around. And then of course you could get like a billfish slam or a marlin slam, which when we were in Panama, there was a couple guys trying to get that. And in Panama, they were trying to get a billfish slam. So it was a black marlin, blue marlin, and Pacific sailfish. So super cool. Not a lot of people can say they've caught slams, so let's stick with it, man. Fishing's picking up. Definitely the water is cleaner than it was out there.
70, almost 4 degrees.
Creeping up. Maybe we'll have a good afternoon, you know? It's very possible. As it warms up, I think that's what happens a lot this time of year. They're stacked up right there. Right on the back side of that rip. Right in that area, yep.
Nice, dude.
Another one. Dude, this is a solid. They're fighting good for trout. It's got to be this cooler water. Woo! Wow, that thing is, yeah, that is a good one. Oh!
Here we go.
Dennis just got popped on the top water. I think we got to switch over to top waters. Let's get this guy unhooked. Oh. Settle down, baby. Settle down. Let me wipe my hands here. You gotta be careful here in the Everglades. You never know if you're gonna have an encounter with a shark. I think these guys gotta be 15, maybe 16 inches to harvest. This guy would be pretty close, if not make it, but we're gonna let these guys go, at least for now. Oh, Dennis on the top water!
Oh, that was sick.
That is awesome. All right, let's let this guy go. There we go, baby. That's a big trout, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna net this one. That is a good one. Wow, that's a good one, dude.
Yeah, dude. Oh.
Oh, wow. You gotta show this guy off. That's a big fish.
Well, that's a pretty solid trout. Biggest trout I've caught in a while, especially in this location. Beautiful, healthy trout. We measured about 18 to 20 inches, give or take. But we're gonna put him back in the water, even though he could be an awesome dinner. If we were camping, this would be dinner right now.
Definitely.
Healthy.
Good work, dude. We were on a pretty hot trout bite, but as the tide got lower and the afternoon continued, we decided to push further and further into the backcountry. We hit mud flats, mangrove shorelines, and even a few shallow coves, finding a few fish here and there, but we were still searching and hoping for something a bit bigger. After hours and hours of exploring, we finally found an area with some very deep water that caught our attention and had both Dennis and I feeling very optimistic for the evening bite. Dennis and I were making a run kind of back towards where we started today, where the ramp is. And we came across a pocket here with some really deep water. It's surrounded by some shallow water, and it goes all the way to 17 feet. So we're thinking this might be a good area for some fish to stage up during the low tide, and it is pretty low tide right now, so there's not much water in the river. Maybe the fish are stacked right here. I was bumping an artificial shrimp in that deep pocket, hoping to catch a big snook or grouper, when Dennis took a cast towards the shallow bank and instantly got rewarded. Tight? Yeah? Dennis is hooked up. Wow, that was first cast, huh? What we got going on?
That might be a red.
Really? Let me grab the camera. It looks like a red, dude. It looks like a nice red.
I literally just tossed it right back there.
That's hilarious. Yep, it's red, right?
He's a decent size.
Hey, man. For a slow day.
For a windy, cold day like this.
He's a beautiful, beautiful fish. Here we go, Dennis.
Yeah, buddy.
Hey, man. Like you said, not a huge fish, but very, very welcome.
Today's a bit of an exploratory day too.
Yeah.
You know? We just had the opportunity to come out here and fish on a cold front.
Yeah, exactly.
So
that sun's glistening nicely right off your head, bro. Right off the dome piece. Nice little red. Sweet, dude.
I feel like they're gonna be right here on this bank.
All right, let me get a cast over there. Let's do it. So a lot of little factors here. You got a really deep part of the channel, oyster bar up against the mangroves, a creek mouth right here. All these things could be good staging points for fish.
Whip it. Oh, whip it.
It's gone. It's the first thing I broke all day. Got him? Oh, it's a nice red. Dude, I knew I saw a nice fish there.
Yeah, buddy.
Let's go, Dennis. Oh my God, that's a good one. That is a good one.
Come on, baby, stay on.
All right, so what happened there, y'all?
Ooh, he's got nice spots, dude.
We saw a fish blow up in the mangroves. I took a cast, I got stuck, broke off. Dennis took a cast, but it was not where he wanted to be. He took a second cast and got rewarded. Nice red, dude.
There it is.
There it is.
This one has some pretty spots, guys.
Let's see it.
Can I get a ooh-wee? Ooh-wee.
Dennis stuck another nice one. Man, it ended up being such a great day.
We went through a hell of a lull, though.
Yeah, we did.
I think out of all places that I fished, Chokoloskee has the most obvious lull. Maybe it's just us. Maybe we haven't figured it out yet, you know? So you guys are on the journey with us. But,
Exactly.
you know, there's something so fun about figuring out a fishery. Like, I'm not a guide, although I have fished here before quite a bit. Yeah, you know, you go out with a guide, like, you're expecting to catch fish, right? We kind of showed up with zero expectations on this trip, and there we go.
Not me. Dennis was my guide, and he promised a ton of fish. No, just kidding. Great day, man. You gotta love it when, you know, the day starts off a little bit slow, and then it culminates to just a great day on the water. I feel like you, I don't know, appreciate it more than a day that's just killer right off the bat. Dennis with his really pretty red multi-spotter. All those spots are technically false eyes, but this one had like a little bit of a genetic mutation and he has more than one false eye. So cool. The redfish are notorious for those spots. Wow, multiples on this side too. Very cool. I think we caught one today that didn't even have any spots on it.
Yeah,
so
we had a zero spot.
you never know what you're
redfish.
gonna get. This one's going home.
Uh-oh. No, he's good. He's gone.
Sick, dude. We don't want to keep our hands in the water here because there's a lot of sharks. So Dennis plopped that one back in and took him a second to get going, but he did.
He got away. We were about to turn around, make sure he's swimming away, but yeah.
Sweet, dude.
He just wanted another selfie.
That's what it was. I think we got about roughly 30 more minutes of daylight, so I'm not giving up on this shoreline. Let's see, maybe we can get one more fish. If not, it's been stellar, but let's see what happens. Nice fish. Nice fish. It's a nice red, dude. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh my God, bro. I gotta walk with this one a little bit. I got it. Oh no, I'm on the motor. Oh wow. This guy is giving me a run for my money. Oh, he's still hooked up, thank God. And I'm recording, thank God.
Hold your balance.
Bro, this is a really nice red. Stay hooked, baby. This is a really nice fish. Come on, I'm gonna skate him towards you. Oh wow, it's a nice fish, dude. Don't grab that line, don't grab the line. Am I tripping or is this a really nice fish?
This is a nice fish.
Woo! Let's go, baby. What the heck are the odds, man?
Oh my God.
The grind is real out here and we just got a good one. Oh my God. Let's frickin' go. All right, check it out, man. This might not be the biggest fish you've ever seen, but we have been grinding today and it really just paid off. We're gonna continue fishing, but if we don't catch anything else, man, was it worth it. What a beautiful redfish. To be completely honest with you, this one is giving my PB a run for its money. I haven't caught too many big reds, and this is a 26-inch red. We just measured it, and man, it is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. What a gorgeous red, man. Gotta love it when a plan comes together, even though there really wasn't a plan today. It was, I mentioned it a couple times and I'll say it again because I just don't have a better word for it, but a very spontaneous trip, and it paid off. Me and my boy Dennis, we've been braving it out here in the wind and the waves and the Ginu. The Ginu handled it like a champ, but pretty fish, man. Really made the whole trip worth it. Awesome. I've been contemplating in the last minute or two whether I want to take this fish home and eat it, but I think we're gonna let him go. Gave us a great fight, gave us a great memory out here, so this one gets to swim. She gets to live. Let's get her back in the water. All right, let's pop this lure out. This is that DOA cow that we've been throwing all day. This thing is absolute money. This is Dennis's confidence bait, and he really enrolled me into making it my confidence bait because it worked wonders today. All right, let's get this guy back. I can't keep my hands in the water too long here just because there are a lot of sharks in the Everglades, but whew, Dennis, give me some love, man. So sick. So happy we got that fish. It just feels great to come out here, spend a day on the water, not really have too many expectations, not have some elaborate plan. Just come out here, do what I love to do, have a good time. And we ended it with a really nice fish, so sick trip, man. Alrighty, y'all, that is gonna do it for this video. Had an absolute blast out here with my boy Dennis. I know we didn't catch any gigantic fish today, but to come to an area like Chokoloskee that is so vast and everything looks so good, and to do it uncharted, and we each caught a slam, caught some really quality fish, I really can't ask for anything else. I'm super grateful that I got to come out here with my boy, spend a day on the water. I'm super grateful to all of you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, take care and tight lines.